Welcome into the Oklahoman's video studios. I'm Dave Morris alongside Mike Knopp, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation. And as we have journeyed into September, last week we actually didn't have a chance to chat because of Labor Day and some holiday scheduling there. So a few things to get caught up on, some coaching moves, a retailer show coming to Oklahoma City, and then lots of activities ahead of us in October, including the Regatta Festival. But let's start with Princeton grabbing one of your people.
Well, yes, Brian Epke, who's been our head coach for our juniors program, our rowing juniors program for a little while, has moved on to Princeton. He's going to be a coach there, which is, sort of bittersweet. We hate to see Brian leave.
Sure.
He did a great job for our program. It's certainly great that our coaches get recruited by places like Princeton,
Definitely.
and I think it's a good testament to the quality of the program, and of course Brian and his what he's brought to the success of the Riversport program here in Oklahoma City, and really the national attention that the program has received. Princeton happens to be his alma mater too, so that's another
Going back home.
great reason to go back and coach out there. So hate to see him leave, but who knows, maybe he'll have an eye on Oklahomans too.
That's right.
So
sure.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on that and the incubation, if you will, of your program there.
Yeah.
Luke Reynolds.
Yeah, Luke's going to be our women's coach, our Riversport girls coach, and he will do a great job. We think he's got a lot of energy and a lot of good ideas, and I think we're off and running for the fall already. And our boys coach actually was recruited by Washington State University, so we've had some turnover, but that's really typical.
Sure.
Especially when you have a program that's successful and doing well. But we're not going to miss a beat, and we're going to keep it going. And it's just, these rowing programs are such a great thing to get your kids into. We emphasize, it really is life changing because you can come out, you can get healthy, but you're in this quintessential team sport. But it can lead to so many opportunities, and there's no bench, so we don't. Everyone gets to participate, and that's something we really take to heart. And just the kids really seem to really enjoy coming out. And they get to compete, all over. If they really get into it, they'll go all over the country. In fact, in our canoe kayak side, our canoe kayak program, we have our athletes are in the Czech Republic right now competing. So see the world.
Wow, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
We had talked about that they would be going over there. Have you heard anything about other competition sites nationally that were affected by the hurricanes that have come through, Harvey, Irma, perhaps like the Hornets wanting to relocate to Oklahoma City for a little bit when Katrina hit? Are they saying, hey, Mike, we may need to move a venue? Would you be? Well,
we haven't had that happen. We
Gotcha.
have. We're obviously watching very closely at our friends in Florida and Sarasota. They're a world-class venue that's developed over the past few years. We've talked a lot with them because of the way they're kind of creating this venue, kind of like ours in some respects, and a 2,000-meter course, and they were awarded the World Championship, which happens to be in 3 weeks. And so, I think everyone's watching that closely. We think they'll be okay, but certainly, had a little curveball hit them before the event. We've had that happen here too.
Sure.
Before our events, we've had Olympic trials where we've had a 100-year flood event a week before. So we can identify the stress that they're probably experiencing. But certainly, we've got several of our folks ready to go down there here in a couple of weeks also to participate. We actually have people from Oklahoma City that are volunteering at the World Championship because of the role that we play in the sport. So we're excited to help out. With Hurricane Harvey, it's a different situation with Texas. We've had several of the first responders who have trained in Riversport Rapids have gone down and kind of deployed their training techniques there. We sent paddles down, things like that, to help out with that effort. And even places like Guyman, they had their first responders came down to Riversport Rapids to go through a swiftwater program, and they sent people down to Houston. So, it's great to see that this tool that we have here in Oklahoma City is making a difference.
One of the other headlines since the last time we spoke, a big retailer show convention coming next year.
Yes, the Paddle Sports Retailer Show will be coming in August. It's really a big deal for Oklahoma City because this is the most significant paddle sports show in the country. And even the mere thought of that kind of show coming to Oklahoma City a few years ago would have been deemed as kind of crazy. You know, it's like, because it's just to have a premier outdoor show, trade show come here really says something about our city. It's going to change perceptions about the fact that we're an outdoor-oriented community, which, you know, again, 5-10 years ago, people certainly wouldn't have had that impression. And so we'll have, you know, nearly 300 retailers here that'll fill up the Cox Center.
Wow, that's a big convention.
Yeah, it's a big convention. In fact, they need the new convention center, and they're waiting for that. We hope this will be a multi-year event. They'll have several activities at the river, you know, and that's one of the attractive features to our city and our venue is the fact that you have the convention center, and just, you know, not very far away down the canal is the river and Whitewater. So I mean, it's such a unique
right there in that urban
situation.
core. It's got everything
Yeah.
we're looking for.
Yeah.
You guys, the playground that you have, the footprint, but then hey, here's the convention center right up the road.
It was interesting too when they came to scout Oklahoma City. I think they kind of did it, thinking, well, we'll check it out, but didn't have very high expectations and left blown away. And
just checking off boxes right and left.
And didn't even go to the other candidates, and they just chose to come straight here because of how excited they were. And that was one thing they said, is the one thing they know they're going to accomplish when they come here is they're going to change perceptions and exceed expectations, because people will be blown away with what they see.
So that's a win for them and a win for you and for Oklahoma City.
We think it's a great win for Oklahoma City from a standpoint is, you know, you never know where these things will lead in terms of, again, the power of that perception. And when people come and they see this, and these are retailers from all over, you know, are going to come and spend time here. And then the economic impact, the heads and beds, all of that, $2.5 to $3 million is pretty significant for the city.
I've been to some power sport retailer shows, and by that I mean bikes, motorcycles. In Indianapolis and in Frisco, Texas, those are huge.
Yeah.
And you're exactly right. The different retailers, the different magazines,
Yeah.
the accessories,
The whole world, yeah.
that come there. It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. So we're really excited about it. It's going to be a fun event for next August.
You know, I was about to say that would be a yearly deal beginning perhaps next August.
That's right, yes.
All right, very good. Good stuff coming up there. Their website is riversportokc.org as we get into some of the event side of things, which kicks off with the Oklahoma Regatta Festival in October.
Coming up right around the bend, we have the Oklahoma Regatta Festival. We are kicking things off on October 5th. It's going to be the tribute for Aubrey McClendon. We're going to be naming the Whitewater building in his honor. We're going to have a very nice event there. And we are still raising money to support that cause. You can have your name on the wall, and that's going on. It's on our website. And then also during that, so that kicks off the weekend, and we'll have multiple days of racing and family activities and just a lot of fun at the river. We have teams from all over the country coming. In fact, on the new this year, well, coming back is the USA Rowing World Challenge. We're going to have several international athletes that are going to be racing in singles, and so kind of facing off under the lights on the river, which will be really fun to watch. And then on the flip side, we've got some of the largest youth rowing programs in the country coming to Oklahoma City. In fact, Sarasota is sending their national champion program to Oklahoma City. So our kids will have some great competition. And then the Seattle junior program, the Pocock juniors, will be coming down. So it'll be in addition to all the collegiate programs and whatnot. So it'll be a really fun weekend. And we have all our corporate racing and everything else going on as we normally do.
How do you keep track of everything?
Good question.
Years of experience, though.
Yes, and we got a great staff, great team. So. Yeah.
All right, so that's that first weekend in October. Again, riversportokc.org for more information there. You have urban camping as well.
So everything in October we're putting under this umbrella of Outdoor October. So we're promoting the great outdoors, and so that second weekend of October we're going to have urban camping. We're going to show the great outdoors, the classic movie, the John Candy movie.
Cool.
And we're partnering with the YMCA and Bass Pro Shops. So we're going to make this really easy for people. We see this as being, maybe it's the first camping experience for families. It's just right. It's downtown. We'll provide tents, even sleeping bags. We got indoor plumbing, the locker room,
right?
Everything you could ask for. The weather will be great.
Providing stars up ahead, providing tents.
We're going to have lots of fun activities. We're going to have a lot of games and things for kids, and of course all the other adventures will be open. So So that'll be fun. It'll be kind of kicking off that. There's 3 weekends of outdoor-oriented activities. And then the next week, we're going to do a craft beer festival. And the following weekend, Superhero Saturday.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That'll be the Halloween weekend.
Yeah, it'll be the Halloween weekend. We're going to really encourage people to bring their favorite superhero costumes. I mean, this is, obviously it's in, all over right now. We're going to have
Sure.
the big Justice League movie coming out in November, and so get your Batman costume on and come on out. And we're going to have superhero training, so that'll be going on. We got a lot of training facilities for that. But what we really also have are training for our real superheroes, and that's our first responders.
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier, the training that you provide.
Yes, and so they're going to be there, and we're going to really show kids and families, these real life superheroes in action, demonstrating their training techniques, but also getting to see and meet and learn from all of them.
That's really cool. That's kind of innovative, what you guys are doing with the first responders and the training there. And speaking of your innovative approach to various things, international coverage, the Dutch BBC was talking with you guys.
Yeah, they came out last week, and they're really interested in Oklahoma City in terms of our commitment, our unique commitment to, thanks to the mayor, losing the £1 million. But then how do we do it? What are we doing here that's a little different and outside the box? And I think in our world, we've created these amenities that are maybe not what you would have expected in Oklahoma City, with our commitment to activating the river and activating our trails. We didn't just build a bunch of hotels and restaurants on our riverfront. We did facilities and attractions that were all about getting people moving and getting kids, giving kids access to a wide range of programs that, like I've said before, there's no bench for. And so we make it fun, and there's a whole formula to what we try to do down there to make it fun to be active and fit. And so to have Whitewater Rapids in the center of our city is an example of that, and all the other activities that we have. So
cool interview.
Yeah, it was a great interview, and more great international publicity about Oklahoma City. So
good stuff. He's Mike Knopp, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation. He shares his time with us every Monday, and we appreciate that. Do you have a superhero costume picked out for the end of October?
I don't yet, but stay tuned.
Okay.
I was always partial to Superman, so we'll see.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Mike, thanks for your time.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.